In every relationship, respect and understanding serve as the bedrock upon which love and trust are built. Yet not all relationships adhere to these fundamental principles, leading many to endure situations that compromise their dignity and well-being. Why do some men tolerate behaviors that clearly disrupt their peace and erode their self-respect? This question, though complex, finds its answer not just in societal norms but also in personal boundaries or the lack thereof. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy known for its practical advice on living well, offers profound insights into maintaining one's moral integrity and personal autonomy. It teaches us that true strength lies not in external affirmation but in internal resilience and the ability to maintain one's principles in the face of adversity. Today, we delve into 4 critical behaviors that men should steadfastly refuse to tolerate from women. Undue control, seeking external validation at the cost of the relationship, diminishing one's self-worth, and the ultimate betrayal of infidelity. Each of these behaviors not only challenges individual peace but also undermines the very essence of a mutual and respectful partnership. Understanding and addressing these issues through the lens of Stoicism can empower men to reclaim their autonomy and ensure that their relationships are truly nurturing and respectful. By setting clear boundaries and upholding Stoic virtues, individuals can foster relationships that enhance personal growth and mutual respect. Are you ready to explore the insightful guidance of Stoicism and transform your approach to personal relationships? Comment ready to embark on this enlightening journey towards self-respect and fulfilling partnerships. Number 1. Never allow her to control you. In Stoic philosophy, the emphasis is on individual strength and autonomy, teaching us that surrendering control over our life decisions to someone else is a fundamental compromise of our essence. This ancient wisdom, exemplified by Marcus Aurelius' profound assertion, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength," is especially pertinent in relationships where the balance of power can sometimes tilt unfavorably. Consider the story of Thomas, a dedicated artist who gradually found himself coerced into abandoning his passion for painting and taking a more conventional job to align with his partner's preferences for financial stability and social standing. Initially, Thomas believed this compromise was a sacrifice for the greater good of their relationship, thinking little of the slow erasure of his own passions. However, as his job brought him little fulfillment and his evenings became void of the canvas he loved, he began to experience deep-seated discontent. This discontent was in stark contrast to the loving image of compromise he had once cherished, leading him to question whether the sacrifice was worth his own happiness. This narrative illustrates a critical point. When we allow someone else to dictate our choices, we risk losing not only our independence but also the essence of what brings us joy and fulfillment. Why do we sometimes tolerate such overreach? Often, it stems from a fear of conflict or a misunderstanding of what true support in a relationship looks like. Stoic philosophy encourages us to reflect deeply. Are we maintaining our inner citadel, our own rational and emotional core, or have we allowed it to be breached by someone else's desires for us? The Stoic approach to relationships is not to assure compromise or empathy, but to advocate for harmony where mutual respect governs interactions. This involves fostering open communication about one's boundaries and expectations and ensuring these are met with understanding rather than demands for conformity. True partnership, according to Stoicism, should enhance our ability to be our best selves, not diminish it. Reflect on the dynamics of control in your relationships. Are you guarding your autonomy, ensuring that your life steering will remain firmly in your hands? Are the compromises you make enriching your life, or are they silently depleting your spirit? Let this examination be a call to action to reclaim your agency and to fortify your life against external controls. Marcus Aurelius advises, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Embrace this Stoic belief and work towards relationships that respect and honor your independence, paving the way for true happiness and success. Number 2. Never tolerate your partner seeking validation from others by flirting or showing off her body. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, where virtue and the integrity of the individual are paramount, the notion of seeking external validation through flirtation or physical display can be particularly troubling. Stoicism teaches us to find contentment within ourselves and to value personal virtue over external approval. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, reminds us that we are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens. This insight is crucial when contemplating why one should not tolerate a partner's need for external validation, which can manifest as flirtatious behavior or in the way they might choose to present themselves physically to others. Consider the story of Sarah and Mark. Sarah often felt insecure and sought reassurance through compliments from others, which led her to flirt and dress provocatively in social settings. Mark felt uncomfortable and disrespected by her behavior, which seemed to him to be a clear sign that Sarah valued the attention of others more than their relationship. This situation highlights a common issue. When one partner acts out of a need for external validation, it can create significant strain on trust and mutual respect within the relationship. Why might someone seek validation from others in such a way? Often, it is a sign of underlying insecurities or a lack of self-esteem. Stoic philosophy would encourage individuals like Sarah to look inward for validation and to cultivate virtues such as self-respect and temperance, which can help overcome the need for external affirmation. Partners in this dynamic should engage in open, honest communication to address the underlying issues and work together towards fostering a relationship built on genuine appreciation and internal validation, rather than external admiration. Reflect on these questions. Have you ever felt that your partner sought approval from others in a way that made you uncomfortable? How did you address these feelings, and what can you do to support each other in finding validation from within? From a Stoic perspective, it is vital to foster relationships that are based on internal virtues rather than external perceptions. This means cultivating an environment where both partners feel secure and valued for who they are, not for the attention they can attract from others. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This quote emphasizes the importance of embracing relationships deeply and sincerely, focusing on genuine connections rather than superficial approval. By choosing to not tolerate behavior that seeks external validation, you encourage your partner and yourself to develop a deeper sense of self-worth and confidence that does not depend on the fleeting opinions of others. This approach not only strengthens the relationship but also aligns with the Stoic goal of living a life of virtue and inner peace. As we strive for relationships that reflect our deepest values, let us ask ourselves and our partners to look inward for validation. In doing so, we build stronger, more meaningful connections that are not shaken by the whims of external approval. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you encountered similar challenges in your relationships? How have you addressed them, and what wisdom can you share with others? Please comment below and join the conversation. Let's support each other in cultivating relationships that enhance our well-being and help us lead peaceful, happy, and successful lives. Number 3. Never tolerate someone who makes you feel bad about yourself. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where your partner's words or actions consistently made you question your worth or abilities? This experience, unfortunately common, can deeply erode one's self-esteem and overall well-being. Stoic philosophy, with its focus on inner resilience and personal integrity, offers profound insights into why we should not tolerate such dynamics in relationships. Let's consider the story of Michael, a dedicated teacher who found himself frequently undermined by his partner Laura. Laura would often make disparaging comments about Michael's job and social skills, especially in front of their friends. Over time, Michael started doubting his professional abilities and social worth, feelings that seeped into his professional life and social interactions, diminishing his once vibrant engagement with the world. This scenario illustrates a critical point. When someone consistently undermines your self-esteem, it doesn't just affect how you view yourself. It can change how you interact with the world. Stoicism teaches us to maintain control over our perceptions and reactions. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means recognizing that the harm done by demeaning comments lies not in the words themselves, but in our acceptance of them as truth. But why do we sometimes tolerate such negative influences? Often, it is out of a misplaced sense of loyalty or the hope that the person will change. However, Stoic philosophy encourages us to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This mindset urges us to reassess our relationships and ensure they are contributing positively to our lives. Reflect on this. How often do you find yourself justifying your partner's hurtful behavior? How does it affect your sense of self-worth and your overall happiness? These reflections are crucial in understanding the power dynamics at play and deciding how best to address them. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a passive acceptance of life's challenges, including those in relationships. Instead, it promotes active engagement with one's environment, ensuring that our actions are always aligned with our values and virtues. This includes cultivating relationships that are nurturing and supportive, rather than demeaning. Seneca's words resonate deeply here. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Taking proactive steps to address and rectify a situation where one is made to feel inferior is not just advisable but necessary. This may involve setting clear boundaries, seeking counseling, or, in some cases, reconsidering the relationship altogether. The goal is to foster an environment where mutual respect and encouragement are the norm, not the exception. As we forge paths in our lives, let us be guided by the Stoic principle of protecting our inner peace from external turmoil. By doing so, we not only uphold our dignity, but also enhance our capacity for happiness and success in relationships. This means demanding respect and giving it in return, establishing a reciprocal dynamic that supports each partner's growth and well-being. Remember that allowing someone to make you feel less than you are is never acceptable. Challenge yourself to uphold the values of self-respect and personal integrity. Reflect on the quality of your relationships. Are they uplifting, or do they leave you feeling diminished? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below, and let's discuss how we can support one another in nurturing healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Actively choose to surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, not those who bring you down. In the journey of overcoming essential boundaries that need to be maintained in relationships, we arrive at a fundamental truth. Fidelity and respect are the cornerstones of any healthy partnership. So, through the lens of Stoic wisdom, let's learn about number 4. Being cheated on or disrespected by your partner is absolutely unacceptable. In Stoic philosophy, maintaining one's dignity and self-respect in the face of external challenges is paramount. Infidelity and disrespect strike at the very heart of these principles, undermining the trust and mutual respect that are essential for any meaningful relationship. Stoicism teaches us not just to withstand adversity, but to rise above it, ensuring that our relationships enhance rather than diminish our life's tranquility. Consider the story of Emily and Chris. Emily discovered that Chris, her partner of several years, had been unfaithful. Beyond the betrayal, Chris's actions showed a profound disrespect not only for their relationship but for Emily as a person. This kind of betrayal not only shattered her trust but deeply affected her self-esteem and emotional well-being. In such situations, Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on what they can control, their responses and their values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Instead of succumbing to bitterness or revenge, Emily chose to focus on her personal growth, strengthening her resolve to demand respect and fidelity in her future relationships. Why is it crucial not to tolerate such disrespect? Stoic philosophy would argue that allowing such treatment to pass without consequence invites further injury to one's sense of self and integrity. Epictetus emphasized, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" This rhetorical question urges us to reflect on our worth and to uphold standards that foster respect and trust within our relationships. How do you ensure that your relationships reflect these values? Are there clear boundaries that you and your partner have established to foster trust and respect? Reflecting on these questions can help guide how we manage our personal interactions, ensuring they align with our deepest values. From a Stoic viewpoint, every individual is deserving of respect, and any action that diminishes this respect should not be tolerated. This philosophy not only helps to buffer us against the impacts of betrayal, but also empowers us to make decisions that align with our highest good. As Seneca noted, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." The pain of betrayal, while profound, can also be a powerful catalyst for personal development and clarity in defining what one truly values in relationships. For those navigating the aftermath of infidelity or disrespect, the Stoic approach offers a path forward that focuses on personal resilience and integrity. It encourages us to reclaim our power by focusing on aspects of our life that we can improve and control, rather than dwelling on the hurtful actions of others. As we reflect on the unacceptability of being cheated on or disrespected, let us use this understanding to cultivate relationships that are built on a foundation of mutual respect and trust. Encourage one another to live up to the ideals of fidelity and respect, not just as rules to be followed, but as expressions of the highest respect we owe to ourselves and our partners. In closing, remember that you have the strength and the right to demand the best in all your relationships. Do not settle for less out of fear or complacency. How will you ensure your relationships are built on respect and trust? Share your thoughts and experiences, and let's support each other in building a life that reflects our true worth. This journey towards a peaceful, happy, and successful life starts with respecting ourselves and insisting on respect from others. The story of Simon and Elena, in order to deepen our understanding of the principles previously discussed, let us reflect on the story of Simon and Elena, a couple whose relationship challenges illuminate the vital importance of maintaining Stoic virtues in personal interactions and boundaries. Once, in the bustling city of Seattle, there lived a young architect named Simon. He was known for his calm demeanor and a life that seemed balanced and principled, a modern embodiment of Stoic virtues. Simon had been in a relationship with Elena, a vibrant and ambitious graphic designer, for over 2 years. Their relationship, however, was a crucible that tested Simon's adherence to his Stoic beliefs, embodying the 4 cardinal challenges that a man should never tolerate in a relationship. First, the matter of control. Elena, perhaps due to her intense nature and passion for design, often sought to steer not only her life but Simon's as well. She suggested what Simon should wear, who he should meet, and even the projects he should take on at his firm. Initially, Simon mistook this for care and involvement in his life, but as time wore on, he felt his autonomy slip away. This control was subtle at first, but soon became the tenor of their interactions. Then there was the issue of seeking validation at social gatherings. Simon noticed that Elena often flirted openly with other men, laughing a little too loudly at jokes and twirling her hair in an exaggerated fashion. It seemed she sought the attention and admiration of others. Her actions became a source of discomfort for Simon. It was not mere friendliness. It was a quest for validation from others that made Simon question the foundation of their trust. Furthermore, there was the belittlement. Elena, perhaps unconsciously, often made remarks that undermined Simon's decisions and questioned his capabilities as an architect. "Are you sure that's the best design you can come up with?" she would say, or, "I guess not everyone needs to be innovative." These offhand comments, seemingly innocuous, began to erode Simon's confidence, injecting a subtle poison into his self-esteem. Lastly, the ultimate betrayal, infidelity. One rainy Thursday evening, Simon returned home earlier than usual, only to find Elena in a compromising situation with another man. This betrayal was a harsh violation of their commitment and a stark disrespect of the values Simon held dear. These incidents were turning points for Simon. As a follower of Stoic philosophy, he believed firmly in the words of Marcus Aurelius. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Each of these challenges, control, validation-seeking, disrespect, and infidelity, were not just personal grievances but philosophical tests. In the days that followed, Simon reflected deeply on his principles. He considered Epictetus's guidance, "If you wish to be loved, love," and realized that love should not compel one to tolerate disrespect or betrayal. Simon decided that it was essential to confront these issues head-on. He arranged a meeting with Elena at a quiet cafe, a neutral ground for what would be a defining conversation. During their conversation, Simon calmly expressed his observations and feelings, not with accusations but with clarity and firmness. He explained how each behavior made him feel and why he could not accept them in his life. Elena listened, initially defensive, but as the conversation unfolded, she too reflected on her actions and their impact on Simon. Simon concluded, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. I value my peace, respect, and fidelity too much to compromise. We have different paths to tread, and I think it's time we walk them separately." They parted ways, not with dramatic farewells, but with mutual understanding and respect for each other's need for growth. This decision was not easy, but it was necessary. Simon's adherence to his Stoic beliefs allowed him to reclaim his independence and integrity. He learned that while he could not control Elena's actions, he could control his response and his environment. In the months that followed, Simon renewed his focus on his career and well-being, finding solace in his regained autonomy and peace, reaffirming the Stoic belief that our greatest fortress is the strength within ourselves. The story of Simon and Elena represents our conclusion in today's journey to find the wisdom of Stoicism. The final message that we want to send to you through today's valuable and meaningful lessons is, do not shy away from seeking changes that align more closely with these principles. Remember, it is within your power to shape your relationships into supportive, loving foundations that enhance your life. If you find value in what we share today, please don't hesitate to like and leave a comment about your views. Let's share this knowledge with everyone so it can spread widely. For those who haven't had the opportunity to become part of our community, subscribe to the channel to learn and grow together every day. In the light of Stoicism, we look forward to sharing more with you in the next videos.